Okay, welcome to our second week of the Web Center All-In Accountability Challenge. And really, it's just the accountability group. Looking forward to seeing everyone's businesses grow and thrive. I know last week was all about preparation and really getting yourself situated for success. And this week, we're ready to take action. I appreciate everyone who has submitted their Web Center owner assessment sheet, right? Whether you use the digital form through the Google Forms, or if you did find the tool from Support Materials, the Web Center Owner Assessment, filled it out and then emailed that to us. It does make a big difference in terms of how we can move forward through these sessions. We want to meet you where you're at and make sure that we are providing the right content to really move your business in the right direction. And something that's interesting happened when I looked at this. I saw the majority of people that submitted this form from our experienced Web Center owners all the way to our brand new Web Center owners. When we look at the rating, it was the biggest area of improvement was activity, right? It wasn't the attitude, knowledge, and training, and it wasn't the skill set. It was really more activity. So it goes to show you that you know that it's going to take more numbers to see the success that you want to see. And that's what we're going to be really focused on starting today through the next couple of weeks. It's going to be focused on the activities that lead to the results, right? We can't just have our goal statement and want to achieve those results without doing the activity to get us there. And that's what we're really going to be kind of hyper focused, laser focused on in the upcoming weeks. Certainly today, we're going to start that. But the other thing that was interesting is that the majority of our participants who completed that form, not only was it activity, within the activity section, the largest area where people are looking for improvement is in contacting or approaching businesses to schedule appointments. So that's what we're going to start our topic with today. It's all about inviting people to take a look. It's all about scheduling a consultation appointment. If we don't do that, nothing happens, right? Certainly we can make a list of contacts, but if it doesn't go anywhere from there, we can do our research, but really we need to move forward off of that and take action. And that's really where people stop because of one big 4-letter word: fear, right? Fear. So we're going to address that today as well. I read that we didn't see it as fear, we see it as lack of confidence. And something tells me when you lack confidence, you're a little bit insecure, you're hesitant to take action. And that's what we're going to kind of blast through today. So let's go ahead and get started. We've got a session all about taking the necessary action to move you forward with your Web Center business. So the first thing is when we review the 5 C's, which hopefully everyone did that part of their assignment last week, which was to watch that video. It is loaded on the MAWC411.com site under Learn Online for those that are just joining us and getting a late start to the program. But the idea is these 5 C's will lead you to success in any area of your Market America business, right? You need to have a names list, a candidates list, right? So we talked about having a list of at least 60 candidates because we want to move through those 60 candidates through the month, right? So the next 30 days, our goal is to go through 60 candidates. I can tell you right now, if you get through 60 candidates, you can't help but succeed. The next thing you want to do is do some research. Now, I'm not asking you to do research on all 60 of them because that would be time consuming and that would allow you to procrastinate. You would be focused on the research rather than the activity. We asked you to do 15, right? Do 15 layers of research for your candidates, right? So candidates, take that list, top 15, look at their website, look at their Google search rankings, look at their social media, just take a quick glimpse of their online presence. Because what? It motivates you to take action and gives you an excuse or a reason to now contact them. So the rest of the process is really where results happen. So when we talk about result producing activities, right here, the biggest ones right here, contacting your candidates and scheduling a consultation appointment. And that consultation is for you to learn more about their business. So today we're going to focus on this because without this, nothing else happens, right? So I like to say that this is the little hinge that swings big doors, right? We need to focus on that one activity, the bottleneck. What's the simplest activity that if we can really, really improve and focus on that one activity, what's going to make the rest happen? This is like lining up some dominoes, right? So you line up a whole bunch of dominoes. When you push one down, they all fall. Well, this is it right here. From your list of candidates, doing your research, the most important step that right now you've got potential energy. right? Potential energy. To turn that into kinetic energy, which is going to turn into results, you need to knock that domino. That action right there is contacting a candidate. Without that one activity, nothing else really happens. So if you're looking for the secret to success in your web center business or even in your unfranchised business, it's right there. It's just doing the contacting of the individuals. Is it guaranteeing that everyone's going to set an appointment? Nope. But without that activity, you're not going to succeed. It's your limiting factor. So what really stops people from approaching businesses about web solutions, or stops people or prevents people from approaching them about the business? It's the fear of not knowing what to say, right? So it's that lack of confidence. It's the insecurity. It's, oh, geez, what happens if they ask questions? What happens if, they ask me what the pricing is? What happens if they object? It's all this hypothetical information that you're putting inside your brain, and you're stressing yourself out from doing what? Taking the activity. You're best to just go out and do it. Make a mess, and you'll learn by failing. In fact, there's a great book out there called Fail Forward. I encourage each and every one of you to fail forward and fail fast, because those failures will help you succeed, because you're going to learn what to do, and you're going to learn by doing. It's that experiential learning. But without taking action, don't let that fear stop you, because you'll be looking at that same candidate list for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and you'll never have made a forward progress on the one activity that could set you free, and that's contacting people. So don't be so discouraged about what to say, what not to say. We always say, when in doubt, blurt it out. But the idea is, like, you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Well, the same thing with web centers and web solutions. If someone's looking and they're open, it's much easier, right? They're going to be receptive to it. But if they're closed off, they're not looking, they're not really open-minded to it, well, they're really not in your top 15 candidates anyway. So just move on. Forgive yourself, learn from it, move on. And each activity that you do, you're going to improve, right? So this is not about perfection. This is about progress, right? You have to take forward progress in order to learn. And if you like the sports analogy, the football analogy, right? You have 4 downs, right? And it's not to throw a Hail Mary to get a touchdown. It's to simply get a first down to get another 4 downs. And the same thing with your contacts. You're not, you can't be looking at this, well, this person on this website is my top candidate. They're the business that I want to sell a website to, and I'm going to earn $2,000 in retail profit. Well, if you've got that mindset going into it, you're going to face a lot of challenges in this business. You need to really identify what is the activity and who can you help? Who can you help with this potential solution? But you don't know until you get in conversations with them. So it really does start with the confidence booster, which is being really well postured with what do you do? What do you do? You need to have an answer to what do you do. We talked about this last week, but we're going to continue to come back, because this is what sets us up for success. You need to be able to roll this off of your tongue very easily, very seamlessly, something that comes natural to you. If you're texting or you're emailing, it's got to be a well thought out answer, but eventually you're going to have to talk to these business candidates or even your unfranchised prospects. At some point, you're going to have to speak, whether you're on a Zoom or you're on a phone call or you're face-to-face. So learning the language and being comfortable with the language is critically important, right? So you're going to want to, kind of formulate this. We saw some great ones in the Web Center Owner Facebook group this week, right? So go ahead and push it out there and let other people see what you say when someone says, what do you do? There's a couple examples here. I help businesses leverage the internet effectively to increase revenues. Okay. My firm, right? So it's not just you. My firm works with businesses to market themselves effectively through the internet. How about I help businesses cut their advertising costs and save money by effectively leveraging the internet. My company helps businesses expand and grow by effectively leveraging the internet, increase sales, and tap new markets. The answers are endless. I like to use our mission statement. If you look at, our Web Center Owner Overview or our Web Center Training 101, we have a slide, and it's MA Web Centers provide solutions to small to medium-sized businesses that increase revenue and decrease expenses while streamlining business practices, right? MA Web Centers provides an all-inclusive digital marketing situation. I am a marketing consultant, and I help businesses with an all-inclusive marketing solution that helps them increase revenue and decrease expenses. You see, I've done these presentations so many times that just rolls off my tongue very naturally, very confidently, very easily. And I'm not expecting each and every one of you can do that, but it's got to start somewhere. Maybe you use your answer to what is it for Market America, your unfranchised business, or maybe you focus on motives or Nutrimetrics or TLS. Use your answer to what is it as a way to maybe just sit down for a referral appointment or a networking appointment, and then kind of backdoor your way into it by using the assessment sheets. And we'll talk about that today as well. But you have to be confident with this answer to what do you do and what is it. You have to own it, right? And that's when you know, when you can sit and say, I know that I know more about this than the person I'm talking to, you have the ultimate posture, because nothing can shake you. Right. So another reason why people are so fearful of making a contact is because they're already in sales mode or selling mode or pitching mode. I want you to really focus on one major thing with this division. We are not trying to sell the technology. We're not trying to sell the various features like a website. We're not trying to sell the features of our new Oasis platform. We're not trying to sell the features of our 24/7 support. We're not trying to sell the benefits of our digital marketing products. We're simply trying to sell an appointment. And that appointment is simply maybe a 10 to 15 minute discovery meeting to learn more about them, to see if there's a need, right? There's no guarantee. But the idea is through this process, you're simply just trying to schedule an appointment. And with the unfranchised, the same thing. You're not trying to sell the plan. You're not trying to describe the business. You're not trying to sell or really, I don't know, try and convince someone at all in the initial contact. You're simply trying to get 10 to 15 minutes of their time where you can have a conversation. So think less of this as a presentation than it is a conversation. So when you do this, it could solve everything for you. That might be the one little tweak that you need. Stop going out trying to sell websites, right? Go out there to really make a difference in these small to medium-sized businesses by improving their marketing or finding solutions that they may need for their problems, right? So do something differently, or you're going to continue to do the same thing, right? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And you've got a candidate list, and maybe you've been at this for a while and you've seen a little success, but not tremendous success, then you've got to change your approach. Really, ultimately, it's going to come down to you need to change. If you want things to change, then you need to change. And I know we're talking about activity being the first thing, but also when it comes to your confidence, it might be your approach, right? So how do we design an approach? Designing an approach for web centers is no different than the unfranchised business, right? An introduction, how you got their name and the reason for the call, right? Eliminate the thing you're concerned that they're thinking, right? You can prevent the objections up front. If you're afraid they're thinking something, then bring it up initially. Give an appealing description. I call it an interest creating remark, a reason why they'd be interested to at least hear you out for the rest of this approach. 4, the networking referral approach is what I like to use for web centers and website candidates, or it could be the evaluation approach with the unfranchised, or the networking referral approach, or the networking evaluation approach. From there, you're setting an appointment. And number 6, the professional tie down. If you get a lot of cancellations or no-shows, then you really need to work better at your professional tie down. And we'll talk about that here in the next slide. But the idea is that this is no difference. And if you go to Market America's YouTube channel, there's a great video that Jim Winkler had put together, and it's the call workshop script, right? The call script. Now, the idea is that you're going to have a lot more success when you approach people face-to-face or on a phone call, an actual call, right? I know a lot of people are having some success doing some maybe text messaging, maybe direct messaging through a social media platform, and that's fine, but eventually you're going to talk to someone. I'll tell you that if you can go from online to offline, will improve your chances. So if you can simply text, email, or instant message, direct message someone and say, hey, I'd like to give you a quick call. When would you be available? And then make the phone call. That will help you do much better when they can hear your voice or see you on a Zoom like this or face-to-face than if it was just a text. Now, if you already have that type of rapport with someone where you can text back and forth, I caution you to go through steps 1 through 6 in one long message. You don't want to list one message and say, hey, Joe, the reason I'm messaging you is because I was taking a look at your website and I know there's some things that we can do for you. Right now, I did a couple searches and I realized that you're competition is showing up. I'd love to sit down with you in the next couple days and see if we can help you out. Would you be available Thursday or Friday? That's going to be a very long message, and they're simply going to swipe off, ignore it, and you might get ghosted, right? You might get lucky, you might, but chances more often than not is that's not going to be effective. When you're texting or messaging, you still need to make it more of a dialogue, right? Just as if you were to make a phone call, just as if you were face-to-face. It's the same thing as getting away from being a presenter, right? Rather than presenting information, having a conversation. Same thing with your approach. It should be a dialogue. It should be conversational. You should slow down. A study was done on sales professionals, and when they handled objections or they were concerned, their rate of speed increases. Now, it might be passion, might be enthusiasm, might be excitement, that's okay. But when you receive that type of energy makes people uneasy, and it creates a little bit of anxiety, which might set you off, might actually be putting up some walls that aren't coming out in the words you're speaking, but it's how you say it. So I want everyone to take a deep breath and slow down when you're making these approaches, or when you're handling objections, or when you're in these conversations. Slow down the tempo, and that will actually improve you. It'll give you more time to answer thoroughly, but to also to think and ask questions to get them engaged in the conversation, right? So if we were to look at a web center candidate approach, I love the networking approach. It's the easiest way to make sure that you can get a good chance of setting an appointment. So I think it's a great way even to set the unfranchised appointments as well. You know, you want to create a sense of urgency. These verbs are verbiage is very important, right? I only have a second, not, hey, I have a minute. A minute could be 5 or 10. You've probably been on a call with someone where they said, hey, I only have a minute. Do you have a minute? And it's 10 minutes later. When you say I only have a second, it might be a minute, right? So I only have a second, right? I'm running out the door. I only have a second. I got to go pick up my kids off of the bus. I only have a second. I'm late to an appointment. I only have a second, right? I got to change the laundry. I only got a sec, whatever it is. I only have a second. The reason I'm calling is, and you want to right there, tell them why you're calling, right? Be honest. I think that's the most important thing. Be authentic and be genuine, right? I only have a second. The reason I'm calling is I was hoping to get together, right? Isn't that your main intent? The reason I'm calling is I ran across an opportunity and you came to mind, right? Right there, you edify, right? I was referred to you by a customer. I was talking to someone in town and your name came up. I was doing some searching online and I ran across your business. I was at the ballpark and I saw your banner, sponsoring the Little League team. Whatever it is, how did you get their name, and edify them? You've been in business for 20 years. I know that you've been very successful, right? You came highly recommended. Any of that is going to be very important, right? Your interest creating remark, right? I live in town and I was behind one of your trucks, had a couple questions for you, right? Number 3, I want to get together, right? Not I want to talk to you about marketing, not I want to, I want to sell you a website. How's your website going? You don't want to bring up any of the products or solutions because you don't know what they need yet. You simply want an appointment. So ask for it, right? Ask for what you want, and that's their time. I want to get together to see how I might be able to help you in your business, as well as share what I do in hopes to create a referral relationship, right? There may or may not be a fit personally. That's okay, right? That's the disclaimer up front. I know that it may not be a fit. You're giving you're letting them break down the walls a little bit so that they know they can say no, and that you're not really looking for their business. You're looking for the meeting, right? Again, reiterating that you want their time. I'm sure we can help each other out, right? How soon can we get together? How's Thursday morning, right? That word, how soon can we get together, is going to also increase the urgency. Not when can we get together, right? How soon can we get together? And then offer a time. If you want to try 2 times, great. Thursday or Friday morning work for you, right? Great. If you're anything like me, you probably hate no-shows, right? Right? Use your personality. Well, you don't have to worry about me. I'm good for my word. I'll be on at 9 a.m. Right? I'll see you then. Right? That's a solid appointment. Now, if they want to cancel that appointment, they want to no-show that appointment, you planted that seed that says, Jason holds his business with integrity, and he told me he wasn't going to cancel or no-show on me, so I can't do that to him. Right? He gave me his word. I gave him mine. We're good to go. And again, all you're looking for is the appointment. You can handle all the other questions, all the objections, any solutions you want to discuss, learn about all of that can happen at the meeting, 10 to 15 minutes. That's what you're looking for, right? Hey, I only have a second. The reason I'm calling is I was behind one of your trucks on the highway the other day, and I was concerned that maybe, I would be looking for those types of services. I don't know how far you go out because I was out of town. I was actually probably 20, 30 minutes. However, I looked you up online and you came highly recommended. I looked at your reviews. What I'd love to do is get together, see how I might get to learn more about your business, as well as share a little bit about what I do. I'm a business owner here in town. Maybe there's a way that we can refer back business back and forth, but at the very least, I'm looking for a quote for my landscaping. And I'd love to see if there's a way to do business together. How soon could we get together? Maybe Friday morning before your first appointment, right? Let them answer, zip it, right? Great. Well, that doesn't work for you. How about maybe later in the afternoon? When does your day end? When's your last appointment? 4 o'clock? Fantastic. Want to grab a cup of coffee, right? Maybe meet you at the job site. Maybe do it over Zoom, whatever it is, right? Well, let me ask you something. Is there anything that would get in the way of us meeting at that time? They might say, yeah, I've got another couple of quotes that I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm going to ask then, well, maybe we should push it back. Would 5 o'clock be better? Give you a chance to finish your day first. I want to make sure that it's a solid appointment. I don't want to just say, yep, 4 o'clock sounds good. Yep. And then that day, either get a no-show or cancellation, or I go to confirm in the morning and they say, no, something came up, right? These professional tie downs will increase the likelihood of people showing up. And that's what you want. You want a good meeting, right? And that's what you're focused on. So in conversation, right, on your top candidate list are probably some people that you know, or there are people that you know that work at a business, that own a business, that do business with other businesses, right? So remember one thing in conversations, the person asking questions controls the dialogue. You control the topic of the conversation. So yeah, maybe it's social. How are the kids? How's the sports teams doing? Have you taken any vacations? How's the family? What have you been up to lately? Then you get into how's work or how's business, right? How's business going? Oh, that's great. Slow, busy, whatever. How are things going now that things are opening up for you? Have a relevant conversation with them. Have a dialogue there. Ask them, geez, is your website helping with that? Are you doing any online marketing? Hey, do you happen to do social media? Start the conversation. You get to ask the question because you asked about business and work. You can then follow that up with more questions related to their marketing, right? So if you're asking questions about them, what are we talking about? Them. If you're asking questions about their kids, what are you talking about? Their kids. If you ask them questions about their business, what are you talking about? Their business. If you ask them questions about their website or the marketing, what are you talking about? Right? Their marketing. And you're going to run across a couple different answers, right? They're going to fall into these categories, right? They don't have a website. Great. Can help them. Website's doing terrible. Great. Can help them. I'm working on it. Great. How long have they been working on it? You can help them. Website's doing great. Great. What do they like about it? What don't they like about it? Maybe we can follow up in a couple months, right? Maybe how are you getting traffic to your website? Oh, you're using just your Facebook page. Great. That's fantastic. Okay. How are people finding you that aren't on Facebook? Oh, word of mouth. Okay, so I can see how the social media with the word of mouth probably helps you. What about those people that are just searching online that maybe don't have a contact in the area? Okay, it starts the conversation. It's the question. So you don't need to know the answers. You need to learn the questions. You need to learn the questions. So here's some great ones, great follow-up questions. They say, my website's doing great. Don't just sit back, ask another question. Great, what do you like about it? Encourage them. Let them talk about the things that they enjoy. It's a positive thing. Right? And then you can ask them, well, is there anything that you wish it would do that it doesn't? And there's usually one or two things that they say, well, yeah, I wish I could do scheduling online, or I wish more people would find me, or I wish it didn't take so much time. I wish it didn't cost so much. They're going to start uncovering some hot buttons there, right? If they're like, no, actually, it's fantastic. We just had it redone and we're getting a lot of great reviews on it. Congratulate them, right? That's fantastic. Good. How are you promoting it? We did an email blast. Great. So are you doing email marketing? No, we just did a database and pushed out an email, right? Oh, we did it on a Facebook. Great. You're dialoguing now, right? Are you doing any social media? Yeah, we actually have a Facebook page. Oh, are you doing any Instagram or geez, that TikTok or anything like that? Ask the next level question. No, we're not really doing any of that. Facebook is more than we can handle as it is. Oh, is it because it's so time consuming? Yeah, we're really focused on our business, not posting every day. Oh, well, are people contacting you? Are people engaging with the page? Hey, you know what? I don't even know. You've just uncovered that there might be a need for some social media management, right? And how did you learn that? Because you asked about the website and the website was great, but you had a follow-up question, right? Are you advertising your business on Google, right? Just another question. So learning the questions is going to lead you to success, right? How about our website is awful, it's terrible. Don't say, yeah, I looked at it. You're right, it is terrible. No, no. Ask them. You want them to voice their concerns, right? Well, what's wrong with it? Oh, you know what? Well, we got hacked. This plugin was unstable, or you got a virus or something, and now all the pages are messed up and the order is wrong. Or it might even be, geez, you know what? Our web developer moved out of town. We can't even get into make changes. What kind of changes would you need to make? Well, we've got 4 people listed on our website that don't even work for the company anymore. You're kidding me. So what are you going to do about it? I don't know. Right. And again, uncovering potential pain points, right? What's it not doing that you wish it were doing? Well, we're paying a lot of money for it. I wish it would actually turn into a lead. Okay, so it's not converting to sales. How are you tracking it? We have no way to track it. We have no idea. Okay. So again, asking the question, how's your website doing, will lead you to these types of questions, right? How about, oh, we don't have a website. Oh, have you ever had a website? No, never had a website. Wow, and you've been in business for a while now, right? Yep, 20 years, successful. Okay, so how do you get most of your business? Oh, word of mouth. Oh, great. Well, have you ever thought about having a website? Yeah, we thought about it, but when we have so much business that we can't even handle what we have right now, so we don't even need more business. Well, that's great. That's a good problem to have, right? So answer or address it, acknowledge it with a statement, and then ask another question, right? Well, what kept you from getting one? Well, it just seems like, we don't really need one. Well, how do you promote your business? Well, word of mouth. Like I said, we just have, we've been around in business for 20 years and everyone knows about us. Okay, what about when people move into town? How do they find out about you? Oh, well, probably our trucks or okay, are they lettered? Yeah. Okay, so you do other marketing rather than just word of mouth, right? You paid to have signage on your truck, like job site. Yeah, oh yeah, of course, right? So you're getting in a conversation. You say, well, obviously you've got a lot of people that see that on your trucks. How great would it be to have like your website name there, right? That could potentially lead to more business for you. Yeah, but we're too busy as it is. Well, are you getting the jobs that you'd like? Well, what do you mean, Jason? Well, I don't know. You're a landscaper. Do you want to get more like lawn mowings, or do you want to get more landscape construction? You want to get water features? Like, what do you really want to do? Well, geez, you know what? We do a lot of just basic yard maintenance, and that's not really fun, but it pays the bills. But what I'd really love to do is do more like irrigation. Oh, well, does everyone? How do you let people know that you're like to do irrigation? Well, I guess it just comes up in conversation. Okay. Well, what if you were to post on, say, social media or on a website and really focus on the irrigation piece? Do you think that would drive some more business? Well, yeah, but we're too busy. Well, yeah, but you're too busy doing lawn mowing. But what if you could replace some of that with irrigation systems? See, it's all about the conversation. Okay. So you have to think in the mindset of that business owner. And that's why the current research is so important, because it allows you to ask the better questions. Okay. Now, maybe they have one, working on it. Great. Keep asking questions. Cool. Great. Who's doing your site, or who's working on it? We're just doing it ourselves. So like you're doing it? Well, I get my wife and I are doing it. Okay. How's it going? Well, we haven't really done anything about it. And, we're just too busy. Or my daughter's doing it. She's going to school for graphic design. Okay. Where's she going? Local community college. That's fantastic. What year is she? She's in her senior year. Oh my goodness. I bet you she's super busy, right? Yeah. It's actually why she doesn't have time to work on her website. Oh, no kidding. Right? Cool. Who's doing your site? Oh, my husband's doing it. That's fantastic. What's he do for work? Is he a web developer? No, he just kind of likes computers. He's really he's a mechanical engineer, but he loves like playing online and doing stuff like that. Oh, okay. So what does he work like? What's he doing on it? Like you say, he's building the website. You're using a program. Oh, well, we just bought something like Squarespace or Weebly, one of those online things. Oh, so you're doing it yourself through like a platform. Okay. He seems to like it. What seems to be the holdup then? Well, I guess, he doesn't really, he's not a graphic designer, but he likes doing it. So he needs better content, right? You're getting in a conversation. You're uncovering potential problems that you might have a solution for. Okay. Notice that not one of these these little role plays has led to a point where I'm saying, oh, well, I provide websites, or we can help you, or we can do this and we can do that. We're simply uncovering points of pain by asking questions, right? So questions that you found in your prospect research. Is it mobile friendly? Are they not showing up in search? What main keywords are they found for? Who's their competitor? Then again, in these conversations and eventually your consultations, what information can you uncover? Specific questions. What's prevented you from getting a website? Why is the site underperforming? Why is it under construction? What don't you like about your website? What do you like about your website? See, great questions will lead you down the path to get the answers that you need to make the right approach to close the sale. And the sale is to book an appointment. Okay. Again, all we're trying to do is move them from an appointment to an appointment to an appointment to an appointment. We're never in a position where we want to just try and sell a site, right? If anything, we want to demonstrate our services and allow them to buy it. So again, I can't, say this enough, that it's really all about conversational marketing. It really is conversational marketing. Key is really listening, right? For ways that you might be able to help. Like we said earlier, you thought it was a website candidate, but maybe it's really a social media management candidate, right? So as you're in these conversations out in the real world, or maybe online or on the phone or in a text message or in an email or whatever, as you're dialoguing, right? You've asked 3 to 5 questions and you've got a decent handle on what's going on. Stop interrogating them, right? Don't keep asking them questions, schedule the appointment. And the appointment can allow you more time to do more research, and then 10 to 15 dedicated times to really get a great idea of what's going on. And if you're at the consultation and you've got a really good handle, you've asked the assessment questionnaire questions, you can then schedule them in for a demo, right? So questions from them, they might say, asking, why do you ask? Or what do you do? What is it? How much does it cost, right? They're asking questions. When they start like leaning in or showing curiosity or interest, now's your time. At the height of their interest is to book the appointment. You're better, I call curiosity, right? You want to pique curiosity, not satisfy it, right? You don't want to sell anything until they can see it. So pique curiosity enough to have an appointment, right? So now it's time to offer the solution to their stated problems. And that solution is a problem, is an appointment to learn more about how you can solve their problem. Geez, you know what? I understand everything that you just said, and I think there might be a way we can help you out. What I'd love to do is take another maybe 10 or 15 minutes, ask you a couple more questions. But I think I've got someone that might be able to help you out. I've got a division of my company that specializes in working with restaurants and handling their search engine problems. Or I've got a division of my company that helps, small businesses like karate dojos really improve their presence online. I've got a division of my company that works with realtors to make sure that they can stay competitive in this crazy market right now. Answer whatever their main problem was, you have a solution to that, and that's an appointment with a specialist that can do that, right? So that's if you're going to book that demo appointment. If you're just booking the consultation, you can say, great, I'd like to learn even more. I'm going to do some more research and homework on my end to see how we can really propose something that can help your business, right? How's Thursday sound? Again, ultimately, everything comes down to the appointment, right? Here's just another example. Joe, I work with a great company that has an entire division specializing in helping businesses leverage the internet. I'd love to set up maybe 10 or 15 minutes just to learn more about you and see ways that we can help you out. When's a good time for you? Friday morning or afternoon open? Okay, I don't like the open-end question, when is a good time for you? There's never a good time, right? I like how soon. How soon can we talk again? And they might say, I'm available now. And if you're prepared and ready, take the time now, because you might not get another opportunity for 10 or 15 minutes. However, if you're not confident, say, you know what, I'm actually running late for an appointment now. When's your next available time slot? Can I call you in an hour? How about tonight? How about tomorrow morning? Right? That sense of urgency is critical. I like to say you don't want to let the steak lose its sizzle, right? No one likes reheated steak. Okay. So make sure you jump on the opportunity as quickly as you can. So for our assignments for this week, okay, our weekly assignments, you did a great job last week. The first one is I want you to do at least 2 role plays, right? Role play as if you're talking to a business candidate with someone in your accountability group. Everyone's been set into these groups. I'd like you to maybe pair up with someone else and do at least 2 role plays. And you can do that with an email, a text, however you are planning on contacting these businesses. And you're going to see what kind of response you get, what kind of result, right? So schedule it with someone in your team, coordinate that, but just 2, right? I highly encourage you to get out of your comfort zone and practice, right? When we say activity leads to results, it also can boost confidence, but also part of that is practicing, right? Practicing is an activity. So role playing, I encourage you to do 2, right? Do 2 or more, right? Because your next assignment is to contact your top 10 candidates to schedule a consultation, right? You've already got the list of candidates. You already got the list of 15. There's no time like the present. Stop procrastinating. If you do 10 candidates in the course of the week, 7 days a week, right? Maybe 5 days a week. That's only 2 per day. 2 contacts per day. And if you say you don't have time, then you need to make time. That could be in the morning. It could be in a mid-afternoon break. It could be lunchtime. It could be in the afternoon. It could be after hours. You have the time because 2 approaches to your candidates at the most will take 10 minutes. Maybe you get in a 5-minute dialogue. However, if you're really following that kind of planned script, right, to just book an appointment, you will find that those take probably about 2 minutes. So that's 4 minutes out of your day, right? If you're really looking to kind of 10x it, then I encourage you to do 1 role play every day right before you make your call. Or maybe do 2 role plays and then contact your 2 candidates. Why? Because your numbers, by doing more numbers, you're going to get more comfortable and more confident. And when we see that lack of confidence was the #1 reason why people aren't approaching people, we need to boost your confidence, right? And the best way to do that is to practice, okay? Now, this isn't just about web centers. Contact your top 5 unfranchised possibilities to evaluate the business. 1 per day. 1 per day. That's, again, going to add maybe another 1 to 2 minutes to your day. Right? So those 5 minutes of your day could change the direction of your business and your future. Are you willing to take action? And that's ultimately what this is. This is not a training program. This is an accountability program to do the basic activities that are going to lead to the results that you are looking for. And that's what you committed to. Okay. So practice with role play. Now, if you're a veteran and you're just looking for some more accountability, great. Help someone else. Reach out to someone in your organization. Reach out to someone on the Web Center Owner Support Group. Reach out to someone in your accountability group and see if you can help them. And just do 2 this week, right? Help mentor other people. We grow by helping others. Contact your top 10 candidates. And we want to know how those results go. And if you can get 1 consultation appointment, great. If you get 2, great. If you get 0, great. You did the activity, you learned from it, and we'll talk about that next week. Contact 5 unfranchised possibilities to evaluate. Use the network referral approach. Hey, I'm growing a business. You're growing a business. Love to learn about what each other are doing and see if there's a way we can help each other out. And then you just give them an overview, that part 1 of the business, right? And that will start some things in motion to see if they might know the right people or be interested themselves. But I can guarantee if you don't take action, you don't do anything, nothing's going to change. And of course, weekly, you're submitting a Google form. We'll send out that link and you're going to just kind of go through and answer some questions that are in that form. And you're going to email your coach and myself. Every week, you're going to email us with your success stories for the week and any challenges, right? We don't need a long dissertation. We want you to just stay in touch with what you're doing well, where you need improvement. And that way we can meet you where you're at and help you. Okay, so let's make this a fantastic week. Get out of your comfort zone, and you'll do that by doing the role play. Very simple activity this week, all about contacting. Reach out, contact, and schedule those 10 to 15-minute consultations, and we'll move you through this process very seamlessly. But if you can't at least make the contacts, you got to revisit your goal statement and see if this is truly what you say you want. And we're here to help you. If you're a little nervous, we understand. If you're apprehensive, cautious, we understand. That's what your coaches are for. Reach out to them. You all have their email addresses. See if there's some tips or tricks and see if they can help you and how they were able to get out of their comfort zone. Because at one point, they were a brand new web center owner as well. Wishing everyone a great week. We're going to go ahead and stop the recording.